Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Dinwiddie with the basketball. They trail by 1. Here comes the screen. Goes to the right side. To Hollis Jefferson. Going to launch beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
He showed that he had great chemistry with his teammates on that shot. Keep getting him good looks, and the one will just keep scoring.
The possession in favor of Detroit.
2 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Rose to Korver. Sizing up the defense. Korver's shot misses. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Dinwiddie into the front court. 10-all is our score. Driving right to the basket. To Hollis Jefferson. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Rose into the front court. It's 12-10.
Right.
Here comes the screen. Rose to Drummond. From long range. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Mitchell Robinson. Huge block.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
The pass set it all up.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Drains it.
Just let me break down to all the young players at home how special of a pass this was. That was a perfect delivery, and it hit the player right in the chest.
Dinwiddie against the former MVP. Lets it fly from long range. Good for 3.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing.
The big fella, Andre Drummond. Missed his first. That one goes.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Lays it up and in.
2 points. The assist from number 35.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. The quarter comes to an end with the Nets in front. One of those games, every shot seems to be going down. Only 1 quarter in the books, Jay. Defensively, what needs to be tightened up?
Yeah, I got to hedge the bet because I got to talk to the defense right now. You have to actually play defense on people to stop people in this league.
Kennard to Jackson. A drive down the lane, but the shot stays out. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Free throw's good to cement the 3-point play. The lead is back down to 1. Nets have the basketball.
I'm here. I got ball. Keep coming left.
The drive, right to the basket. Kyrie Irving. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
to Luke Kennard. Screen coming. Fires the three. Luke Kennard bothered just enough on that one. Finishing inside the paint on that one. Whistle stops play, and we'll get a timeout here for Detroit. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Into the game for Brooklyn, number 7, Kevin.
To Reggie Jackson. Down low for Griffin. Not that time. To Durant. Fires the three, and Kevin Durant, all in one motion, hits it off the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Pistons ball here.
Screen.
Probing the defense to Drummond. Driving right to the basket. Oh, look out. Blake Griffin. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
For 3. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Jackson with it. Down 6. Here's a chance from long range. Rebound taken in by the Nets.
I got ball. This is all me.
To Durant. 4-3. Not getting the bounce.
I got this D on the ball here.
Luke Kennard, defended by Kevin Durant. Kyrie Irving. He's 2 for 2 now.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
And scores, plus the foul. Andre Drummond is going to the line where he's gotten better as a shooter and a chance at 3.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Unable to connect on the free throw. Beyond the arc for 3. Great defense, forcing the miss.
Okay. I know you were knocking down everything in the first half, but that's not the case so far in the second. Maybe it's time to start executing your offense.
To the basket goes Jackson, but a shot won't fall.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
Slam dunk for Hollis Jefferson.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Korver turns, hops, and finishes. The abuse at the rim for Blake Griffin.
An easy 2, get back on defense.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Now that's a contest.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Mitchell Robinson sends it away.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Has a chance. And the rebound comes down to Griffin. Right now, the Pistons have the basketball. Griffin to Jackson.
Watch that cutter.
Down to Griffin. The shot, almost.
I got him. Here we go. Yeah.
To Hollis Jefferson. Irving.
Shot.
From the outside, no good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Griffin to Korver. From long range. Too easy. Defense has to communicate.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
Irving. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Oh, that's how it's done.
When a rookie starts to believe that he not only can play, but more importantly, he belongs, nights like this become more and more common.
It's Detroit's ball to Luke Kennard. Drummond to Griffin. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Irving into the front court. Shot clock turned off as they try to extend the lead. And the nice finish at the rim.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Corner three at the buzzer. That ends the third quarter. The Nets have the lead. Brooklyn basketball here as we start.
Here we go. Substitutions, Brooklyn. Substitutions, Detroit.
Has a look. That's no good. Pistons have it. To Reggie Jackson. Takes stock of the floor. Jackson. To Korver. Lets it fly from long range. Where's the chatter? No one was even close to him.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a three is like shooting a layup.
Trap. Keep hit.
To Irving. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Rondé Hollis Jefferson trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 76% from the line. Can convert the free throw. Jackson with it. His team up by one. Curling inside. Rondé Hollis Jefferson snatching it out of the air.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
And draws the foul.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
Off the mark on the first free throw. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Jackson with it. All tied up. Just underway in this fourth quarter. Fires the three. Not that time. The follow won't go either. To Irving. And look out.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
I tried to work the clock here, but you have to take care of the ball in this possession.
It's good, and one.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. The lead is up to 5. The possession in favor of Detroit. To Korver. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Kyrie across the timeline. Leads 3. To Hollis Jefferson. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
This is not the time to have a mental lapse.
Now the Pistons going to use a timeout. It's just their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with one more. To Jackson.
Screen coming, screen coming.
Shot clock winding down. To Korver. That misses with 2 seconds to go. It's the Nets who are victorious as they take care of business at home. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams.
When you look at these highlights, you can see how this team was able to earn the victory in this matchup. Great game by this squad. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Brooklyn Nets.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
When you see these highlights, it's easy to see how this guy earned the award. His impact on the game wasn't lost on anyone. And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.